Today we're doing our third live stream here at Santa Ana International. So, today's weather is foggy, 66 degrees Fahrenheit, and wind at 180 degrees at 4 knots. Bo Schmidt says, well, good morning. I say, hi. So, it's really nice out. We've got some good things planned for today. Our last aircraft for today should be a Legion Airbus A320 with service to Boise, Idaho. And a good one to start off the day here. This is a Delta Airbus A220-100. Delta Airbus A220-100 with the registration November 133 Delta uniform. It's 3 years old, coming from Salt Lake City. And then next taking off, another Airbus A220. This Airbus A220 is Breeze Airways Airbus A220-300 with service to Orlando. Its registration is November 213 Bravo Zulu. It's 1 year old and it's going to Orlando. One thing I love about the A220s is they make that amazing whale sound. Enjoy the takeoff. What an amazing takeoff from that Breeze A220. And if you guys are wondering, we are at the Hyatt Regency at Santa Ana. We're specifically in room 1001. In a couple minutes, we will have a United Airlines 737-800 with service to Denver. You might be able to see it over there. But United Airlines Boeing 737-800 with the registration November 25201. It's 23 years old, made in November of 1999, and is going to Denver, Colorado. From this hotel room, you have a beautiful view of all the private jets. Over there, we have an amazing, beautiful Gulf Stream. Next up for taxiing for takeoff, we have, let's see this little one landing. We have a Piper PA-46-350 Malibu Mirage landing on runway 20 right. Don't know its registration, don't know where it's coming from, and don't know its age. There's the Delta A220 we just saw land from Salt Lake City. Taxiing for takeoff behind the United going to Denver, we have Southwest 737-700 going to Oakland, California. Its registration is November 949 Whiskey November. It's 12 years old, made in July of 2010. And it's going to Oakland. Behind that, Southwest, we have the Delta A220 that just landed from Salt Lake City. And if you didn't hear, our last aircraft for today will be an Allegiant Airbus A320 going to Boise. And Santa Ana John Wayne's weather is currently 66 degrees, foggy, and wind at 180 degrees at 4 knots. Here's a little private jet taxiing on the taxiway here. It is a here's one landing, a Southwest 737-700 coming from Las Vegas, another Las Vegas flight. It's 17 years old, made in October of 2005. Its registration is November 7879 Alpha. And once again, it's coming from Las Vegas. Back to the private jet. That private jet is a Beech 390 Premier IA, taxiing on the taxiway. Next up for takeoff over here we have a Southwest 737-700, the registration November 949 Whiskey November. It's 12 years old, made in July of 2010, and it's going to Oakland, California. Landing, we have a private jet. That is a Cessna 560XL Citation XL. It's don't know its registration, don't know where it's coming from, and don't know its age. Bo Schmidt says that's a nice view from up there. It is indeed a very good view. There's a Southwest that just arrived from Las Vegas. Here's the Southwest going to Southwest 737-700 going to hold on just a second, my flight radar is having a little brain fart here. That is the Southwest 737-700 going to Oakland, California. So enjoy the takeoff. off to Oakland. Next up for takeoff, we have a United Airlines 737-800 going to Denver, Colorado. This aircraft carries the registration. Let me clean the camera off a little bit here. This 737 is going to Denver. It's 23 years old, made in November of 1999, and its registration is November 25201. That was a good takeoff from that 737-800. Next up for takeoff is that little Beech 360, I believe it was. Yeah, Beech 390 Premier AI. And then for landings, Flight Radar 24 is being a little slow this morning. Sorry, guys. Here for landing, we have a Southwest 737-700 from Phoenix. Its registration is November 767 Sierra Whiskey. It's 23 years old, made in April of 2000. So enjoy the landing of this 737-700. Level rating, interesting facts. JSX uses this terminal right here, the ACI Jet terminal, for, as you can see, there's an E135, I believe, right there at the ACI Jet terminal. And cool, I haven't ever seen a Beech 390 before, so this is my first spotting of this one. And tell me in the comments what you think about this private jet. Do you really like the livery? I think it's pretty good livery. Panning back over for the Southwest. And sorry it's a little blurry today. I don't know what's up with my camera today. I wiped off the lens, I did everything I know. So it's just going to be a little blurry till I can get that figured out. An excellent landing from that Southwest 737. Moving back over to the Beech 390. This is a Beech 390 Premier AI. Once again, I've never seen one of these. Pretty cool to see new private jets. There's a Dassault Falcon taxiing. Here's the takeoff from the Beech 390. What an amazing takeoff. Here's the Southwest 737-700 that just arrived from Phoenix. Taxiing to the runway, I believe we have a Dassault Falcon. A Dassault Falcon. Sorry guys, flight radar is being really slow today. Yes, a Dassault Falcon 2000EX. Right there. So registration is November 914, Lima Delta. It's 20 years old, made in January of 2003. Taxiing for takeoff. See if we have any arrivals here. What's so cool about this airport is the arrivals into Long Beach go right over the top of this airport, so you can do double times the spotting. Next up for landing is an Alaska 737-800 coming from Seattle. Its registration is November 516 Alpha Sierra. It's 14 years old, made in December of 2008, and once again it's coming from Seattle. And fun fact about Alaska, if you didn't hear this in the other live stream, it's the guy on the tails, his name is Chester. You'd expect it to be some native name, but it's Chester. And if you're just hopping on, the weather is currently 66 degrees, foggy, and wind at 4 knots at 180 degrees. Comment what your favorite private jet is. Personally, I think mine has to be the Dassault Falcon 3 or the 500 or 550. Sorry. How's everyone's day been so far? Mine's pretty good, just out here watching planes. Next arrival is an Alaska 737-800 coming from Seattle. There it is, coming from Seattle. Bo Schmidt says, "That's funny, Chester. You would think it would be some Eskimo name." Yeah, I would expect that too. But there's got to be a reason behind it. Yeah, the Gulfstream is a pretty amazing one. Getting on the runway behind the Alaska 737-800, we have the Dassault Falcon 2000. And everyone comment in the comments, what's your favorite airport to spot at? If you could choose any airport to go to or any airport you've been to, where would you want to go and what airport is your favorite so far? Enjoy the takeoff from the Dassault Falcon. There goes the Dassault Falcon. Next, getting on the runway. Another Alaska. One interesting thing about this airport is Alaska comes, Alaska goes. I believe it's because they only have one 737 gate. Yeah, I want to visit JFK too. Seems like fun. Next up is the Alaska 737. That Alaska 737 is sitting on the runway. And what's interesting is there's another close arrival here. So Alaska better get the move on. This is an Alaska operated by SkyWest E-175. Its registration is November 176 Sierra Yankee. It's 7 years old, made in December of 2015, and it's going to San Francisco, California. And earlier today we had an Alaska 737 go-around from Seattle. It did a go-around because of a runway, because of another aircraft on the runway. If you're just tuning in, the weather here at Santa Ana John Wayne is 66 degrees, foggy, and wind 4 knots at 180 degrees. Enjoy the takeoff from the E-175. Off to San Francisco. And if you're just tuning in, the last aircraft for today, the last planned aircraft at least, is an Allegiant Airbus A320 off to Boise, Idaho. And how is everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty good, just out here watching the planes. Bushmit says, do you like the E-175 or the E-195 better? I personally like the E-175. I mean, I like them both, but I prefer the E-175 because it can go to almost every airport. And in case anyone's wondering where this view is from, it's the Hyatt Regency here at Santa Ana John Wayne. We're in room 1001, in case you're wondering what room, on the East Tower. And if you're ever looking for a cool flight museum down here, there's the Lion Air Flight Museum right over there, across the field, right over there. That is a good museum. It has a DC-3, C-47, a B-29, some cool things. You should check it out if you're down here. Let's see what we have for arrivals. The next arrival looks to be a private jet. It's an Air Share Embraer Phenom 300 with the registration November 301 Alpha Sierra. It's 11 years old and it's coming from Napa. It's about 2 minutes away. And there's lots of private jets here. Lots on the other side of the field, lots like in this area. I think this has been one of my favorite airports to spot at so far. I like how you can see the whole runway, and it's really nice how you can see if there's one thing, like in LAX, it comes on one side or the other. But since you can see both runways at once, you can't miss anything. Bo Schmidt says, I hear they have historical cars there too. Yes, they do have historical cars. And what's interesting about this airport is a lot of the aircraft have to hold the brakes on, apply full thrust, let the engine spool up, and then let go to give more rocket takeoffs, because this is mostly, around here is mostly residential. And if you didn't hear, the next arrival is an Air Share Embraer Phenom 300 with the registration November 301 Alpha Sierra. It's 11 years old, coming from Napa. Just got pushed back here. We have an American Airlines Airbus A321 NX with the registration November 416 Alpha November. It's 3 years old, going to Charlotte, North Carolina. Also getting pushed back right now is a Southwest 737-700 going out to Las Vegas. Man, there's a lot of Las Vegas flights here. Its registration is November 769 Sierra Whiskey. It's 23, made in June of 2000. And it's going to Las Vegas. Shannon Schmidt says, hi, airplane guy. Hi, Shannon. And this is our last day here. I'm sure we'll be coming back in the future and doing more live streams here, because it's an amazing airport for that. It's a little slow right now. One thing crazy about the departures is here's the Air Share Embraer Phenom coming from Napa. That's such a cute private jet. A couple days ago, we saw an Embraer Lineage. That's going to be a short, if you want to watch that. A YouTube short. So stay on the lookout for that Embraer Lineage. It's an E195 private jet, in case you're wondering what it is. Let's see what our next arrival is here. Our next arrival is Spirit. It's a Spirit Airbus A320neo coming from Las Vegas. Its registration is November 74 November Kilo. It's brand new, made in January of 2023. So a brand new Airbus A320neo coming from Las Vegas. And Flight Radar says that the Las Vegas route is the most popular and common route here at Santa Ana, which makes sense because most of the budget airlines fly there. So enjoy the landing. A good landing for the banana bus. Getting onto the runway here, we have the Southwest 737-700 going to, let me see here. I believe this is the one going to none other than Las Vegas. And if you didn't hear, the last aircraft for today is a Allegiant Airbus A320 going to Boise. And flight radar is being a little slow, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me to get the information to you guys. But this one is going to Las Vegas, the Southwest 737-700 with the registration November 769 Sierra Whiskey. It's 23, made in June of 2000. And looks to be holding for a next landing here we have, that right there is flight radar being slow again, Southwest 737-700 coming from Denver, Colorado. This aircraft carries the registration November 454 Whiskey November, and it is 19 years old, made in March of 2004. And make sure you guys comment what airport we should do a live stream at next in the comments. Preferably in California, but anywhere in the U.S. would work, even outside the U.S. Enjoy the takeoff from the Southwest going to Las Vegas. Story for you guys, we are going in December, the inaugural flight from SBP to Las Vegas aboard an Alaska E-175 operated by SkyWest. We're going to be on that inaugural flight to Las Vegas, so I'm going to do an airline review and tell you all about it. This landing right now is let me see here. That is an American Airbus A320. Sorry, flight radar is being really slow today. Yeah, an American Airbus A320-200 coming from Phoenix, Arizona. Its registration is November 661 Alpha Whiskey. It's 23 years old, made in July of 2000. And if anyone knows, I haven't ever seen an American A320 with sharklets, but if you know that at least one of their aircraft do have sharklets, specifically the A320, let me know. Next arrival, in 1 minute, will be a Cessna 560 Citation XLS. Its registration is November 673, Quebec Sierra. It's 17 years old, made in January of 2006, and it's coming from Scottsdale, Arizona. Speaking of, we were just in Scottsdale. we're going to Great Wolf Lodge with my friend, and so we were in Scottsdale, and that's when we did the spotting at Phoenix. And we will go back out to Phoenix for specifically plane spotting. Don't know when that will be yet, but they have some pretty awesome aircraft. They fly square engine Metroliners, passenger square engine Metroliners. There's the Cessna 208s, the Southern Airways Express ones. Some pretty cool stuff out at Phoenix. This taking off here, or landing. Landing. This is the Cessna 560 Citation from Scottsdale. And if you're just hopping on, the weather is 66 degrees, cloudy, and wind at 4 knots out of 180 degrees. Amazing landing from that Cessna Citation. At the end of the runway, there's that American Airbus A321 going to Charlotte, North Carolina. That's an American Airbus A321 NX. Yeah, an American Airbus A321 NX going to Charlotte with the registration November 416, Alpha November, 3 years old, made in February of 2020. So fairly new aircraft. And when we flew on the A321, we sat behind the wing, so it's usually really loud. Oh, private jet arrival. But it was really quiet. We flew on an A321neo, so it was really quiet. That's one of my favorite aircraft. That right there. Sorry, the one that landed before that was a different one. This one is that Cessna 560 Citation coming from Scottsdale, Arizona. Taking off is our Airbus A321 NX going to Charlotte, North Carolina. And if you didn't hear, my camera is being a little bit, it's being a little bit weird today, a little blurry, so, and Flight Radar is also being a little bit slow today, so bear with me. Here goes the A321. Let's see for arrivals. Tell me what you think of the live stream so far. And hopefully you guys are having a good time watching planes here at Santa Ana. Let's see. Our next arrival here is a Delta Airbus A220 with the registration November 130 Delta uniform, 3 years old, made in February of 2020, and it's coming from Seattle, Washington. That will be in about 2 minutes. Next tier landing right now is a Beech 58 Baron. A Beech 58 Baron, registration November 33 Tango, November 333 Tango. It's 27 years old, made in January of 1996, and it's coming from Visalia. Yesterday I thought I saw 3 private jets from SPP, which I thought was pretty cool, because I didn't realize how many come down here. I'm checking on our Legion A320, see if it's still on time. I gotta find it on the schedule here. And as I said before, flight radar is being a little slow today. And if you haven't heard, the last aircraft for today is our Legion Airbus A320 going to Boise. Here we have landing right now. Sorry, doing a touch and go here. No, it's taking off, never mind. There goes a Pilatus PC-12 and GX. It's going to Cabo San Lucas. Its registration is November 21NX, or 9X. It's 2 years old, made in July of 2021, so a pretty new Pilatus PC-12. It's operated by Cutter Aviation. And if you didn't hear, our next aircraft for landing is the Delta Airbus A220 coming from Seattle, Washington. Yes, we are planning. Bo Schmidt says you should do a live from SPP. Yes, we are going to do a live from SPP, probably in the next week or so. And it's going to be during lunchtime because that's the most busy time at SPP. Still checking on our Legion here. As I said, flight radar is being very slow today. There's our Airbus A220 coming from Seattle. Bo Schmidt says, looks like it's clearing up nicely. Yes, it is. And there's a helicopter. That's our Airbus A220 from Seattle. And what's interesting about the new route from SPP to Vegas, I thought it would be more fitting of like United or American or anyone to do it, but I always love seeing new routes at our airport. Haven't seen one in a very long time. So I'm excited to be on the inaugural flight of that. Pushed back over there in the American area, we have an American 737-800 going to Dallas. Its registration is November 972, November. It's 8 years old, made in June of 2015. Taxiing, don't know where it's going over there. We have a private jet, a Bombardier Challenger 350. Its registration is November 631, Romeo Papa. It's 4 years old, made in January of 2019. Oh, and here comes a United 737. Sorry, I missed that on radar here. A United 737-800. This one just came in from Chicago. This Boeing 737-800, operated by United Airlines, left 3 hours and 52 minutes ago from Chicago O'Hare. Its registration is November 863534. It's 6 years old, made in August of 2016, and it just came from Chicago. There's the Delta A220 that just came from Seattle. Yeah, it's starting to clear up a lot here. It's starting to become sunny, so we can get some really nice pictures and video of beautiful shiny planes. Let's see what else we got on here. See what our next arrival is. Looks like we're gonna get a 752. Nope, sorry, that one's going to Los Angeles. I know you can do filters on Flight Radar 24, but the problem is that last time we put a filter on, we missed a really cool Piaggio. And so I try not to have a filter on. Getting onto the runway over there, we have that Bombardier Challenger. That Bombardier Challenger 350. The registration November 631, Romeo Papa. And what's your favorite aircraft out of all of them? In the entire world of aircraft. I think mine is probably the A320 series. I really like that for whatever reason. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's another one that's really good. The Queen of the Skies, the 747. That one is also my favorite. I also adore the Concorde. And let me know what you guys' opinion is on the new Boom Supersonic project, the new supersonic airliner. I personally, I don't know, I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's a good idea, and then I don't at the same time. Next on the runway here, we have a Cessna 560 Citation. It's got to wait for that Bombardier Challenger to get out of the way. Here it goes. There's a lot of private jet action right now. Quick takeoff from that Cessna 560. Private jets are kind of hard to get because they're so fast when they get off the ground. Our Legion Air is on radar now. Our Legion Airbus A320-200 CEO. Its registration is November 5 or 285 November Victor. It's 11 years old, made in March of 2012, and it's going to Boise, Idaho. On the runway here we have that American 737-800 going to DFW. Its registration is November 972, November. It's 8 years old, made in June of 2015, and it goes to Dallas. That plane looks so good in the American livery. Taxiing to the runway, we have a Southwest 737-700. The registration November 754 Sierra Whiskey. It's 23 years old, made in October of 1999, and it's going to Nashville. It's the Canyon Blue livery. You can see it right there. And if you're just tuning on, our last aircraft for today is going to be the Allegiant Airbus A320. On the runway right now, another private jet. Lots of private jet action today. It's a Gulfstream G280 going to Portland. Registration is November 620 Foxtrot Juliet. It's 1 year old, made in January of 2022. So enjoy the takeoff from this Gulfstream. I did some digging the other day and found that Trump's 757-200, that one's registration is November 757 Alpha Foxtrot. And I believe he calls it Trump Force One. Pushed back is our Allegiant Airbus A320 going to Boise. Getting onto the runway, we have a Beech B200 King Air taking off. It's going to Mexicali. Its registration is November 200 Juliet Lima. It's 48 years old, which is a very old one. And it was made in January of 1975. Bo Schmidt says Van Nuys has quite a few private jets also. Yeah, and Burbank does too, as you said. Waiting to take off, we have the Southwest Canyon Blue livery going to Nashville. And I have a joke, it's called Nashville because the code for it is BNA, Nashville. Getting pushed back from the gate here, we have a Southwest 737-700 going to Austin, Texas. Its registration is November 7879 Papa or Alpha. It's 17 years old and going to Austin. Taking off, we have a cool livery Cirrus SR22. It's black and silver. Its registration is November 777 Golf Bravo. It's 5 years old, made in January of 2018. Getting onto the runway right now is our Southwest Canyon Blue 737-700. Going to Nashville. How are you guys enjoying the live stream so far? I enjoy making these, so hopefully you enjoy them too. And if you didn't hear, our last aircraft for today will be the Legion Airbus A320. So here's the takeoff from Canyon Blue livery. Which of the three Southwest liveries do you like better? Do you like the Canyon Blue, the Desert Gold, or the Love livery, or the Heart livery? I like them all, but I think I like the Canyon Blue livery. So, what is your guys' favorite airport that you've ever been to, and what airport are you hoping you want to go to in the future? Okay, so let's see what we got next year. For landings, we have a Bushmit says gold for me. Yes, that one's a pretty cool one. While we were in Phoenix, we saw the Desert Gold livery 737 MAX 8. It would have been cool if they left it on the 700 too. Bushmit says Lahui, because that means I'm in Hawaii. Yeah, that's a pretty good airport. I want to go see that one. Taking off here is a private jet. There it goes. Let me get you the facts here. The next arrival is a Pilatus PC-12 NG. Its registration is November 521, Tango X-Ray. It's 7 years old, and it's coming from Provo, Utah. And it's cool because it's a black livery. And that private jet that just left, that is a Cessna 560 Citation XL, and we don't know where it's going. As I said, the next arrival here is a black Pilatus PC-12. And then waiting to take off, we have an Alaska 737-800 waiting to take off. And that Alaska 737-800 is going to Portland, Oregon. Its registration is November 586 Alpha Sierra. It's 15 years old, made in September of 2007. That one that just took off was a Cessna 182. And here's our Pilatus PC-12 from Provo. That's an awesome livery on that Pilatus PC-12. Getting onto the runway right after that one landed is an Alaska 737-800 going to Portland, Oregon. And turning onto the taxiway to take off is our Allegiant Air Airbus A320-200 with the registration November 285, November Victor. It's 11 years old, made in March of 2012. Now here's the Alaska. Off to Portland, that Alaska goes. Here's our final aircraft of the day, an Allegiant Airbus A320, going to Boise, Idaho. I hope you guys have enjoyed this live stream so far. Let's see, I believe it's waiting for something landing. Oh, no, something taking off. That is a twin prop. That aircraft was, give me 1 second here. That aircraft was a Beech 58 Baron. We saw this one earlier. I believe it's doing touch and goes. And then landing here we have a United Airlines 737-800 Continental livery coming from Denver, Colorado. Registration November 77520. It's 13 years old and it's coming from Denver, Colorado. Bushmit says, looking forward to your next live. Make sure to give us some notice. I will give you some notice next time. The reason this didn't get any notice was because I wanted to do one before we left, and we're going to be leaving in a little bit here soon. So I was hoping to give you guys one more live here before we leave. Next is our last aircraft for today, an Allegiant Airbus A320-200 CEO, going to Boise, Idaho. Getting on to runway 24 right. And I'll give you this aircraft's information one more time here. Had the registration November 285, November Victor, and it's 11 years old, going to Boise. Thank you for watching. I've enjoyed making this live stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. Subscribe to my page, watch my page at Airplane Guy 64. And just thank you. And have a great rest of your day or night. See you later. Airplane Guy signing out.